Hi, Jason. How's it going? Thank you so much for joining us over here for our episode three of Customer Talks. Jason, just to begin with, I will first want to take this moment to, first of all, thank you for giving us the opportunity of doing this. We've been in touch for so long, and I thought this was the perfect time for us to connect and have a word about all the scenarios that we've been through and how your experience has been with Just Call. Jason, just to start with, and for our viewers, I would want you to, like give them a bit of a background about, about yourself and also what automation agency does, and I'll let you take it from there.
Sure, yeah. The Automation Agency is an award-winning marketing automation agency that helps small businesses to grow revenue and expand clientele while also helping them to enhance their productivity and increase sales so that they can enjoy more freedom from their business.
Mm-hmm.
So we're also a Keap and Infusionsoft certified partner. We have been years, and so that's pretty much kind of the core foundation of our business.
Right, right. And I think since I think from the past 2 years since we've been connected, we've been working as a. I mean, we've been all connected through Infusionsoft and the kind of integration, etc., that we've been doing for you and any customizations that we've done as well. Of course, that's also been one of our key, aspect of the relationship. If I go into that, now, Jason, I mean, I would want to have your take first of all around how has this COVID situation been for your business? I mean, the whole impact, the whole
Yeah,
background, from March or from February, I guess,
yeah.
until now. How has the situation been?
Yeah. So at first, we were kind of concerned about some of the implications that might happen from some of our clients that, are kind of like chiropractors, right? Like they got hit pretty hard, and that's one of the verticals that we serve. A lot of those businesses that, do that face-to-face type of consulting really got hit hard. And so there was some concern initially, but the reality is that our business has actually grown by about 108% this year. So we actually in the marketing automation space have continued to thrive and to grow, and it's been phenomenal for us. So while we're watching other businesses that have been kind of hurt and stumbled and came to a screeching halt, we've actually had the pleasure and the blessing of being able to serve and support so many businesses that are looking at that and saying, you know what, I need to pivot, I need to shift, and I need to make my business go in a different direction to help to make sure that in the event this happens again in a different direction, I've got a backup solution, or I have automation that's going to help me to support my business in the event that my team members get sick, or my office gets closed down and I can no longer go to it. What do they do for that? And
Mhm.
I think one of the key factors for us too is we've always been in a remote standing. Our agency, all of our team members are fully remote. So when, a lot of agencies that, lease office space, they got hit hard by one, having to figure out how to work and manage in a remote space with the remote team members. We've already had that establishment. And then also too, we're not hindered by the fact that, oh, we've got this space that's leased out and nobody's in it. We're not having to pay anything. So it's actually, we were primed and kind of ready for something like COVID.
Right, right. So you
Yeah,
guys are already remote. That's excellent. I mean, so
yeah,
you already
yep,
have the experience of the whole remote thing, and that's just perfect. And
yep,
yeah, I understand. And you're absolutely right. See, even with Just Call, it's been a situation where yes, it was an impactful 2 months. While in the month of March and April, when suddenly things started to change and suddenly things were shut down, nothing was moving. But after that, yes, again, people started to realize that, okay, yes, this is not a temporary situation. This is something that can maybe go on for a year. And also this can happen anytime, maybe later as well. We've been
sure,
talking so much about second waves and third waves of the coronavirus. So that
yeah,
is absolutely correct. Yes, I completely agree with you. And that is exactly what I wanted to understand. And So now in this situation, what role has has a tool like JustCall played in your business operations?
Sure. One, it's kind of become the foundation, the secondary foundation to automation. The fact that we're in a remote position, and most people prefer to be text versus email. And obviously, we use the same analogy when we coach our clients. We ask them, "Hey, go take a look at your inbox and tell me how many unread messages you have, and then go look at your cell phone and tell me how many unread text messages you have." And typically what we tell them is like, you're really only as good as your open rate. So if you're a business that solely relies on email marketing, you may be lucky if you get 15 or 20 or 30% open rate, whereas text messages, you get a 98% open rate, and they're read and opened in a matter of like 2 to 5 minutes. So when we need to send a communication, we send it via text message. And we're real big on helping our clients and ourselves to get the consent to make sure that we can communicate to them
Mhm.
effectively and that they prefer that channel of communication.
Mhm.
But even from an operations standpoint, it's dramatically changed our business, and it's helped not only myself to have better visibility of over operations. I've been able to help our team members to do better upsells and better conversions, because I can easily click a link and go listen to a call, and I can say, hey, you really missed the opportunity to position the customer's pain point and provide the solution that we offer. So I mean, I could look in so many different directions and say Just Call has been an integral part of our business. But not only that, we have now, obviously, as a referral partner to Just Call, we sell and serve and support Just Call customers. So we actually sell that as a part of our service offering now, which has been phenomenal. I don't know if you noticed, but we just sent you guys another referral this morning, and we just closed another like $7,000 contract today where we're implementing Just Call as a part of the solution. So it's really become a core piece of the automation that we're designing and implementing for businesses these days.
Right, right. Yeah, excellent. And yes, I did notice it. It just came in I mean, I think around an hour back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see the email.
Yep.
And yes, you're absolutely right. I mean, as far as automations are concerned, I mean, yes, Just Call has been, and I would agree with the fact that, even myself, for myself, the understanding of automations, it changed very drastically since I have been working with Just Call, because most of the organizations that are looking at automations, they usually understand emails, or maybe just inside of the CRM automation, or just within the company automations. When it comes to automation, communication being automated, that is where things get easier for everyone. And I think that has definitely been one of the things that Just Call has helped a lot of people, and even me, understand that what kind of value that brings.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to take this interview to a little fun part. Okay, I
Sure.
did prepare some fun questions for us. So
Sure.
let's say if you were in charge of Just Call, Jason. Okay,
Uh-huh.
what would you change in the first place?
Sure. One, you guys provide amazing customer support. You guys are phenomenal at getting back to us in a timely fashion. When there's things that aren't built into the software and the solution, we recommend those, and you guys always take those into consideration. You've even implemented some of our ideas and recommendations.
Mhm.
So I think that that's great. I think there's maybe, if I had to point out like one thing as a recent scenario and situation, would be when someone replies with something other than just stop, right? And their text message, they
Mhm.
say, hey, stop texting me, or hey, stop, or they have maybe some profanity or something that they, reply back with. Having the ability to have your system read more than just the word stop, and to
Mhm.
filter and identify some of the other words that might kind of cause alarm, to say, hey, this person's not exactly happy with this. And we had a recent issue with one of our clients that we implemented the software for, and they had that as a response. So we had to go in and kind of customize and develop our own code and script to read some of the other communication that wasn't necessarily a just the word stop. for them to
Right.
stop receiving emails. So, or
Right.
excuse me, receiving SMS.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. That can be taken in. I think that can be taken in as a good feedback. That,
Yeah.
and you're right. Maybe in some grievances or in some maybe even frustrations as well, people can just text back a lot of things that I should not say on this interview, but they can
Yeah.
definitely text back things that we should be able to filter. That is absolutely correct, and I'll definitely take this as a feedback.
Yeah.
So, Jason, now that's one very good point. And how do like I understand that that Just Call has been a very integral part of your of your business operations. You yourself, your team has been using Just Call. Your clients have been using Just Call. How do you feel, or how would you feel that maybe at a certain point of time, or suddenly you're not able to use Just Call? What would your reaction be to that?
Yeah, it wouldn't be a good one. I mean, it would definitely be kind of like, okay, I need to figure out an option B and pivot. Like I said, it's become an everyday part of our business that, every day we log in to Just Call. It's connected to our CRM, and with a few clicks of a button, we're able to text and call to our clients with ease, and we don't have to dial and take the time. So, I mean, immediately my mind would go to all of the time saving that we would lose from not having a system. So that would be my initial thought. It's just, it would definitely it would make us pivot in our business and restructure and figure out another solution that would work, because this has been such a great opportunity for us and has helped us to grow revenue and save time.
Absolutely, that's very kind of you to say, and I mean we've been actually working on a lot more things than just giving our customers the flexibility of making calls and sending text messages from just the CRM. I mean, there have been so many things that have been added. I mean, you already know it, right? We've brought in the auto dialer, like the predictive dialing situations. Then we brought in the SMS automations via just the CRM as well, and also natively with Just Call. Also, there were. I mean, since you are so heavily using Infusionsoft, I think you already know about a lot of features that Just Call offers, right? The appointment, getting logged
Yep.
into Infusionsoft. Then there is the check number bot, etc. There are so many things that Just Call
Yeah.
offers in that case. And I think the best part has been that it's all been native. So that's why, if even if there have been any needs for any tweaks, that has been one of our pros, I'll call it, when it comes to features of that situation. Now, since, now that you have Just Call, and, you know, like where and what has been that number one thing? Like, you mentioned so many things in the middle. The
Right.
very top, what would you keep on the top of the ladder? That, okay, Sandy, this was the thing that Just Call really caught my mind on.
Yeah, well, first off, it would be the integration with Keap and Infusionsoft.
Mhm.
It's seamless. I mean, like I said, we connected and integrated it with our CRM, and we're in our CRM daily. We're not only using it in our own business, but we're also coaching and teaching other small businesses on how to use Infusionsoft and
Right.
Keap. And so when we show them, it's kind of like a light bulb goes off, and they're like, "Oh my God, like you can do that with this software, and you can automate text messages." And I'll give you another example. Recently, we've had a really high inbound call ratio lately, and before
Mhm.
we were just operating off of the number coming in and us taking calls. So we recently just set up an IVR. So now that the calls that are coming in, they get the automated message that says, "Welcome to the automation agency." And then they're now being better targeted to their specific coaches, right? So
Mhm.
where beforehand we were all just kind of online and taking calls because we've been growing. Like I said, we've had continuous growth, year over year, month over month. But most recently, this year we've had 108% growth. So we've had just a ton of inbound calls that we had to actually pivot and change the way that our call structure was coming in
Right. You
and
had
meet
to get
this
the
call.
calling system in place as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that is excellent, and I appreciate you sharing your thoughts with us. And And
Yeah.
the growth part, I've been so glad that we've been in this journey together. I mean, Just Call has seen the similar kind of growth in the past 2 years, in the past 3 years, I'll say. And I think we've been working almost for 2.5 years now, and it's been the
Yep.
same kind of situation with you as well. Our partnership has grown. We've had
Yep.
better communications all the time and everything. So it's just been very, very seamless, and that has actually given us a lot of opportunities to work together as well.
Right.
So, Jason, I mean, I mean, that was about your customers, about your about your internal usage, about your business operations. Now when it comes to helping your team stay connected, like the whole uh, your sales team or maybe your service team, uh, how has Just Call played a role over there? I mean, how important of a role has Just Call played in giving your team a communication channel, or maybe a
Hmm.
place for your customers to connect with them as soon as possible? How has Just Call ensured zero communication gap with your customers?
Well, I think the first thing that I have to tie everything back to is the fact that your system integrates with our CRM, and we're very big on communication and
Mhm.
documentation. So any call, any text message that goes inbound, that goes outbound, all of that is tracked and documented directly in our CRM without any hiccups or any delays or challenges.
Mhm.
So, like in the event, like one of our team members has an emergency or their child's sick or something happens, and they
Right.
need to step out, all of that documentation and communication from the projects and the clients that they're assigned to oversee, we have direct access to that without having to try and like fumble through folders or find where the data is stored. Everything's connected all in one spot to our CRM, and just it's seamless for us. So that's really how it's kept us connected, is obviously through the ability to call and text and communicate with each of our clients, coaches, and team members. So that's the key
Right.
thing for us.
Right. Right. Yeah, I mean, and I think you are also in a stage of where you coach all your customers for Infusionsoft as well, right?
Mhm. Yes, we do.
So, oh, that is excellent. That's
Yeah.
perfect. All right, so Jason. Before I take a leave, and this has been excellent. I just want like, let's say a couple of lines for the team. That to keep the motivation going
Sure. For your team or for our team?
for our team.
Okay, well, one, you guys are doing a phenomenal job with regards to the customer support. Like I said, when we have issues or there's challenges that we've come across inside of the software, your team is very quick to jump in and help to support us. When we've needed special custom integrations or features that didn't exist, we'd go directly to your engineering team and provide that feedback and support. And the next thing you know, they've kind of rolled those things out. So I'd say just keep the engineering team, continuing to roll out those new features that we're pushing back and providing that feedback. And we're going to continue to keep recommending to everyone to just call, just for the fact that we use it, we drink our own Kool-Aid, and we use our own software and services, and we recommend those to our businesses after we vetted them. So you guys are doing phenomenal, and we're excited about the future growth for Just Call and for our partnership as well. And I think that one other thing that would be great too, as part of like this feature that you're doing with interviewing, is highlight some of your partners to your other existing customers that might use Keap and Infusionsoft. We're doing some pretty innovative things on our end to really integrate and make this a seamless transition
Mhm.
for small businesses to help to use Just Call and Keap and Infusionsoft. So I think those key things can really help us to, one, we'll continue to keep pushing referrals and opportunities your way, and we'd love to have that same kind of reciprocation back for any opportunities where we can help to support your customers too.
That is excellent. And yes, absolutely, you're definitely saying the right thing. It's always going to be a mutual growth situation, and we always grow more as a team. That is absolutely fine. And thank you so much for those words. Any particular name that you would want to pitch in? I mean, I don't want to hear mine. Of course, I am interviewing you.
Uh, yeah, no, Pratik and Shabham have been great. Like Pratik's been with us in the long run for the last 2.5 years, and
Right.
he's been a really integral part of a lot of the features and the things that has been rolled out, and we've been really close providing feedback to him. And Shabham has been great on the referral partner side of things, and keeping us in alignment with all of the new things and the features that we should be promoting. So
Right.
obviously you've been great as well, Sandy, and it's been phenomenal working with your entire team. So
All right, Jason. That is, thank you. That is very, very kind for you, your end. And yeah, I think I pretty much have anything, and everything that I needed. Anything else that you would want to add for me here?
I think we're all set. I think we covered a lot of ground today, but we're good.
All right, perfect. All right, Jason. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for taking out time for this as well. You have a wonderful day, and you take care. Thank you.
You too. Thank you.